Hi, welcome back to Leaders Speak at Stories at Work, a series where I've been speaking with leaders and asking them to share events from their life that have shaped the person they are. Today I'm in conversation with Joy Bhattacharjya. Joy is currently the CEO of the Professional Volleyball League in India. Prior to this, he was the project director for the Under 17 World Cup that was held in India in 2017. And many of you would probably know him as the team manager for KKR during those glorious years. I asked Joy to reflect on his growing up years and see what are the things that have happened that have shaped who the person he is today. And this is what he shared.
I think the one thing that definitely which had a serious impact on me when I was very young, and over the years, when I look back at it, it takes more and more mythical proportions. Though I didn't think much of it at that particular instant. Was in 1976, and this is, remember, Calcutta in the 70s, union strikes, all that. My father has come from deputation from the army. He's still a serving brigadier in the army, so he can go back to the army if he wants to. And he's there, and there's this company called Hooghly Docking Engineering. And there was a toxic trade union, which was at that time Congress. So at whatever point it happened, there was a situation where what happens in shipbuilding is a dry dock is a very important thing for you, because one is building ships, the other is repairing ships. Dry dock is basically a dock where you allow a ship to come in, release the water, repair the ship, and then sort of open the locks, allow the water to come in and let the ship flow. Now it doesn't work if the locks don't work, if the gate doesn't work. So the dry dock gate had been leaking, and therefore they could not repair it. And if the ship repair unit was down, that meant that 50% of the job of the factory was closed. So expert after expert since 72, 73, much before my father came in 75, have been talking about building a dam. And they said it's possible, not possible, possible, not possible. My father was an engineer himself, but he was a electrical engineer. So he went and he asked his civil engineers, can it be done? And they said, no, we can do it. We can do a mud dam and it will stand. He says, how much time can this dam hold? They said 72 hours it will stand. He said, I need 48 hours to repair those gates. 48 hours will it stand? They said, definitely, we'll stake our life on that. So my father goes, he was general manager of the company, and he goes to the managing director of the company. And he explains this, saying, we are going to try and do this because this is the only way to do it. And that gentleman said, are you crazy? Suppose the dam collapses, thousands, not thousands, hundreds of workers will be, blasted away by the water. So many of them will die. What are you going to do? And my father said, no, but if it's not, this company will just slowly bleed to death. So it has to. I believe my guys. I believe it can be done. We do it. So this guy said, no, I can't authorize that. So my father got up and he said that let's pretend this conversation never happened and I never told you. And he came back and he told his people, let's go and do it. So the Congress Union, now, when they heard the dam is happening, they have these mics on there. And remember, this is that time when Diwar has happened. And there's a film called Kala Patthar, which has happened. The Chasnala mine tragedy. Workers died in that mine collapse. So they are shouting on the mic that this is another Chasnala, brigadier wants to kill workers. All this is happening on the mic. And my father is saying, forget it, just let's build the dam. So they built the dam. And they built it. It's a solid sort of mud structure they built. And then they started repairing. And they waited for low tide in the right time. And the part of it I remember was, this is 76, my father comes, in the evening I've come back from school, Calcutta Boys School, and I'm at home. And my father's come back in the evening, had dinner, and he says, okay, I'm going for a round. Come with me. I was delighted. If you're an 11-year-old kid, your dad tells you can drive around. And I said, maybe if I'm too late, he won't even give me a holiday tomorrow. I won't have to go to school. So I was delighted. I went on. And we went out there and we reached the factory. This is the Shalkia works. So it was almost a 45-minute journey. And we reached that place and the dam was there. And on top of the dam, there's a sort of walkway on top of the dam that was built, the temporary dam. And my father just started walking up and down the dam. He used to chain smoke in those days, with me walking behind him and wondering what the fuss was all about. And we just walked up and down for about 45 minutes. And then my father told me, you are going to get dropped home. I'm going to stay here. As it turned out, he stayed there the next couple of days. Okay. But what he was doing was telling people that not only am I willing to risk my life on this dam with you workers out there, I am willing to risk my son's life out there. He's also on that same dam. He's going to be standing there with you. He's also going to die if this dam collapses. And that is such a powerful lesson in skin in the game that I got. I've never before or after. So whenever I do something, whenever you take any action, I said, do I have skin in the game? If I do not have skin in the game, I should not talk about it.
What a powerful story. And you will completely agree that if he had just said, one of the lessons I learned from my father is that you need to have a skin in the game, and that's what I do today. Whenever I get into doing things, I make sure that I don't do it unless I have skin in the game. Not memorable at all. But when you hear it with that fantastic story, you can imagine that happening and it stays with you. That's the power of stories. Not just the story, but the message with that story. And I hope all of you are doing your best to remember all the incidences from your life that you can use to drive home your message. It's easy to do. All of us can do this. If you enjoyed that story, we've got lots more in store for you. On our YouTube channel, there are 2 playlists. The LeaderSpeak playlist has stories told by leaders from across industries and fields. The Story Bank playlist has stories that you can use to build your story bank. Go ahead and watch them now. And when you're on that channel, don't forget to subscribe, because that way you'll get an alert whenever there is a new video, and there are new videos every week. See you next week. Till then, take care and stay safe.